Hi everyone, Dallas here with ProPhone, and in this video we're going to be talking about the form system inside of the ProPhone CRM. So the forms area was designed to basically help you get more business, help you capture leads and trigger automations and capture prospects and stuff like that. It was designed to give you something where you can create that matches your brand, that looks great for you, that you can run with to help scale your business with, okay? I wanted to make it to where it can trigger automations, you can add people directly to contacts, you can manage form submissions, all kinds of cool stuff. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this. So to create a form, all you have to do is click on the Create Form button. Let's give the form a name. Let's call this, I don't know, DR Homes. It doesn't matter. Now, these applications throughout the platform, we do plan on upgrading over time. So if you ever have a feature request, something you want added, some logic you want, or if you see a bug or whatever, by all means, feel free to submit a support request by clicking on the profile drop down up here. I won't have it in mine because I'm the admin, but you'll see it in your system. We'll click on help and support. You'll see get support, add feature, report a bug, and that way it helps us develop a better program to help you grow your business. Okay. If you have any questions over this, same concept, you can do that in the support center. But anyways, this is the create forms area. So now what I'm going to do is go over the form settings first, and then we'll go over the fields. So we have our logo settings, or we can add a logo through the media manager, which I'll go over that in a second. I'm going to add my logo here, use image, or you can upload, whatever. You can edit the size of it. Okay, you can even edit what happens when somebody clicks the logo. Okay, you can do background color. You can choose whether you want it to be, an actual color or an image. Okay, I'm going to do an image. All right. Now you can go to background styling. You can do no repeat horizontally or vertically. You can edit the position of your background. You can do the different size options for the background. But I'm going to go ahead and make the form container background, which is this, black, because I can barely see it right now. So we'll make this black. And then I'm also going to help with its opacity, which is how transparent it is, to make it a little less transparent so we can see the form better. Okay. Border radius controls basically your corners at the top. Border color controls the border around your form. Button text color controls the text inside of the button. And then button color controls the size, obviously the color of your button. And then you got text color for the fields and stuff like that. Okay, and you can control what the button actually says. Okay. Now let's enable the container shadow to give it more of that backdrop feel. So I'm going to give it 100% intensity. Now confirmation settings is going to be basically where what do you want to happen after somebody submits the form. So I can show you a preview of it by clicking on this right here. Okay, thank you for submission. You can have it do a redirect, which basically as soon as they submit a form, let's take them to my main website, or the ProPhone website. And I'll change this back and show you how it works in both ways. Okay, you can add directly as a contact. Of course, we'll have to add a name field to it. You can't have a contact if you don't have a name field. Enable webhook. This is when anytime the form is submitted, you can even have it take that form data and you can trigger an automation in the flow builder as well to run, whether it be an immediate follow-up text, email, whatever you want to do to the person that filled out the form, you can do that. Okay. Tab title, you can control what it says up top. So let's put in here DR Homes. Okay. Favicon. Favicon is what appears right here in the top. That's your title. That's your favicon. Let's just do that. It's fine. Let's do the logo. Social media title. This is the social media. This is what appears whenever you share it on social media. When it does that preview, it'll tell you pretty much, what the title. It'll have a title there for the preview if you share it on Facebook and whatever. And then you put the description that appears under the preview as long as the platform that you're sharing it on allows it. And then you can even control the preview image that appears when you share it through another platform as well. Okay. All right. That is the settings. Now, once we publish this, okay, we'll go back and I'll change these. That way you can see how they both look. But yeah, let's go ahead and close that out. You can open and close it by clicking on settings. You can edit the name of your form by clicking on that right there. Edit icon. It edits in line. Now let's add some fields. So let's go over each one of these. So you got header, which is basically the header of the form. You can basically go here and give it a name. Let's call it test form. You can do subtext if you want. You can do test subtext. Click on header styling. We can deal with alignment. We can go center align, underline if you want. You can go small, medium, large, extra large. Okay, and you can even add a link to it. If somebody clicks on this, it'll open a link up to another page in another tab. Same thing. You don't have to be underlined for that. I was just showing you guys that. You put a link here, somebody clicks on it, they click on it, it will open it up. Let's remove the subtext. Okay. Let's add a text field. You can go ahead and give it a name if you want. Placeholder is what appears inside of this, so you can put like, I put test in there, see it works. I can put in information, control at top. I can even make it required. Okay. Name field, this one's kind of common sense, straightforward. This is where you do first, last name, however you want to set it up. You can put in here and go full name. However you want to do it. Now the system's pretty smart. It knows whether it's going to be, if somebody types in like Dallas Reynolds or Dallas or, you know, Brooke or Blah, whatever they put in there, Blake, it knows whether it'll separate it out on automation. It'll literally parse that data and it'll fill the first and last name fields inside of the form submissions area as well. We can make this a required field. You can have placeholder text, just put in name. It doesn't matter. I'm just showing you guys examples. You can also reorganize these fields by just directly clicking on them and move them around. All right. Email, straightforward, same thing. You can make it required, add a placeholder. My advice on placeholders would just be put like an example, like just an example here. Okay. Let's go to phone. Same concept here. You can put in like give an example. The system automatically formats the format field or the phone field after they type it anyways, but just give them examples. Anyways, next one, make it required if you want. By the way, just a little advice here. If you're doing SMS marketing, if you want to use this form for 10DLC registration, when you create the form, phone number cannot be required, and then you'll have to have a checkbox with detailed information below it, which I'll have another video that shows you guys how to make a form for 10DLC verification if you want. All right, let's go to the next section here. We're going to go address. Now, you can do this two different ways. You can do address normal, where they type in the full address. You can like 1305 whatever street, Clarksville, Tennessee. I'm just typing whatever in, okay? Or you can break into separate fields, and you can control which ones they have. So if you don't want address 2, but you want to do these, the system will automatically parse and combine these to fill out your form submission in your form submission field, and it will do it as well in the automation when you trigger the webhook. So, and you can make that required. Okay. Next one, let's go over message. That's just common sense. It's going to be basically a long message they want to type in. Then you got the text drop down for title, or for basically, oh, excuse me, not your text drop down, my bad. Your drop down widget, basically where you can control which or what things they can select from the drop down. So option 1, option 2, you can put option 3, whatever. And you can even give it a different title. You can put in here select 1. Oh, my bad. See, that's how it works. And then now we got the checkbox. Checkbox text, this is where you'd put your 10DLC or just your disclaimers or whatever. You can put whatever you want here and make it required. So if you don't select it, it won't let it move forward. Okay. Then we have the radio button. This can be where they can select different options. Okay, you can add another one here. Change the name of it to be select 1. Okay. Video widget. You can add the video, Vimeo, whatever URL you want here. You can edit the styling, the height, padding. Padding is going to be basically how much room it takes up inside the form. And these forms are dynamic for mobile, so they look great on mobile. You can edit the border radius, which would be like the curve at the top. Okay, border width. the border, which is the border around the video, the thickness. You can have it autoplay, so that way whenever somebody opens the form up, the video just autoplays. You can even give it a custom thumbnail. That way you have a thumbnail that automatically shows for the video. Okay, it'll show once you put a video in. And then you got a play button overlay as well, where it adds a play button on top of the video. Okay, and then you can control the top and bottom margins as well, which is going to be where it appears in the form. And then you can also move things around by clicking on these little buttons right here, or you can delete it as well. You can delete steps. And like I showed you earlier, you can move things around too. Now we got the HTML widget. This is where if you want to paste like Google reviews or, you know, let's see here, Google reviews, another embedded form. I mean, any HTML content, you can put that here and it will appear inside your form. It's kind of cool. Image widget would be if you want to add an image to the form. Oh, my bad. For example, let's add this image. Okay, image styling. You control the center, the size, or what the alignment, excuse me, the size of it, its border radius, which is the curve area again, its border width. And then if somebody clicks it, does it open another page as well? Okay. All right. Then we have the file widget. This is where people can upload files. All right. They can drag and drop. They can click multiple files. So they can add like 10 files. They just can't be over 50 megabytes a piece. And these files are stored as URLs inside of the link. So whenever you get the form submission, you will see the URL for it. You click on it, it'll open that file up, or you can download it. If you're ever sending automations with file URLs, you do that in the attachment section. And then whenever, let's say you sent through email or whatever, when the user receives it, when they open their email, it'll show up as the actual file. Okay. If you need any more explanation on that, just send us a support request or whatever. We can go over that more in detail, but that's how that works. And then if you click on any other field, you can go back and edit it. Okay. Let's make this simple. Let's go ahead and delete all these extra fields. Let's just do first name, last name, phone number, and email. So full name, let's get rid of that one. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and publish this. Now, let's go and delete this other form. Now, if you delete a form from the forms area, any submissions attached to that form will automatically be deleted as well. That includes any files, everything you have in that, for that form will be removed. When I say that, I mean any files that were uploaded for the actual submission, not from your media manager or anything like that. Okay, now the form is created. You can click on this to open the form up in a different tab. You'll see it here. If you disable the form, somebody tries to open it up, they won't be able to. All right. As you can see at the top here, there is the favicon we added. There's the name right there, the title. You can copy this. You can even embed this form. So for example, let's do transparent background. I'll show you what this looks like in a widget inside of a form. So click create form, show HTML. See, it appears inside of the actual widget area. If I publish this, let's open that up, I'll show you. See? If we edit the form, let's change this embed to use forms background. Oh, my bad. Nope, I didn't mean to duplicate it. Here we go. Use forms background, copy this. Now, this was made, the embed form was made for like your website and stuff. If you want to put this on your actual website, this is how you can do that. Put your form on your website, or you can just use the URL. Now, we are going to be growing this system out, make it to where you can assign your own domains, you know, and we're going to have link redirects and all kinds of stuff added to this down the road. But for right now, it's just designed to go over the features. Okay. So I'm going to go back and edit this form again. I'm going to change this widget with the background, and you can see now that's there. Now if we open it, see? That's how the widget feature works here. All right. You click on this, we've already went over that. It duplicates, or excuse me, deletes the actual form itself. This will go over how many submissions that form has, how many fields are in that form. This is how you can edit the field, edit the form, stuff like that. Media Manager is going to be basically how you add all your images and stuff that you want to use inside of the form itself. And then you get the form submission area, which goes over the, the different your submissions for all your forms. And you can filter them down by the forms that you have. And then we'll go over the actions too. So let's go ahead and fill out the form. That way you guys can see how this looks. Okay. Let's do Dallas Reynolds. Let's do 615-888-555. Automatic formats. Let's do Army Pride 4351@gmail.com because that's required. If I do not put that information there, it will not allow me to move forward. Click Submit Form. See? And it redirected. Now, let's do the form. Let's reset it. And let's change the submission confirmation. So go down here. Now, instead of a redirect, I want to do a message. Just do thank you for your submission. And let's even add a confirmation button in here. Call to action, learn more. Let's have that go to HTTP. Okay. Now let's publish. Let's try it again. Let's go. Let me use my dog. Bandit Reynolds. Let's do 931-555-222. 2. Submit form. And now we can see the confirmation has been updated. Learn more now opens that up. Now, if you don't do the confirmation or don't do the button, it'll just say close. But that's how the form works. It's really nice. It's mobile dynamic, so it looks good on the mobile phone as well. You can use it for inside of your Facebook ads to trigger your leads. Also, like Facebook ads, any ads platform, any way you want to get business through a form, you can use this. I look forward to seeing how far we come with this. We're going to use this same template builder when we do our email marketing system and stuff like that as well. That way, it's just more streamlined. Let's go to form submissions. We can see those two forms here. Okay. If you select a form, you'll have an actions drop down. You can add to contacts directly. So I click add to contacts. It'll add that one to contacts. See? Okay. And these are bulk actions. So no matter how many I select, it works for bulk. So you can send me a webhook. So this will, every time this webhook is called, it triggers the automation attached to it in the flow builder. If you want to learn more about webhooks, which I advise, because all our automations are triggered from webhooks, because that's how we send data from one part of the platform to another. You can click on this video here, or in the webhooks area, and click on it there as well. And that will show you, that will teach you how to use the webhooks within the ProPhone platform, which a lot of automation systems do use webhooks to send data from one application to another. It's like a bridge. But you can enable message and subject fields as well in case you've mapped the data from the call or from the webhook to like email for subject and message, or you can even use your templates that you have saved in the CRM settings area for like stuff you already have typed out. Like if I go to settings here, you get your message templates that you can add, just like lists, businesses, agents, and tags. Tags, agents. Let's go back to the forms area. Oh, we're in it. Form submission. Okay, and then you have export CSV. Now what this does, it exports the ones you have selected from the professionals table, or not professionals table, excuse me, your all form submissions table. And this shows all the data for that submission. Okay, that's how that works. And like I said, if you guys have any questions over any of these processes, feel free to submit a ticket to us, and we can make sure you're taken care of. The cool thing about this is I can push updates to this platform same day as long as I'm made aware of it before 4 o'clock. Generally, I can try to push the updates same day to fix any issues or even look at adding features, whatever. It's really easy for me to add stuff and code to this platform, so anything you have, just throw it my way. When there is a property address, you will have it. There'll be an image with a button here for Zillow where you click it up, opens it up in another tab. That way you can see the property information, location map. This will open the actual map in a bigger tab. You can see it right here as well. You can filter down to satellite, whatever. And then you see all your form submissions right here, and you can even go in here and edit those submissions if need be. Same thing. You can filter in the table how many show at once, and you can filter by forms, and you can also search submissions. If I go bandit, there, you get how that works. But anyways, excuse me, one more thing. All the forms are generated. We'll have the forms.prophone.io link. Like I said, we're looking at adding some more features just down the road. We plan on adding domains and stuff to it where you can add your own domain. This video will stay up for quite some time just to give people an idea how to use it. But yeah, we are planning on upgrading the system as we go. But anyways, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy the platform.